All right, how is everyone doing? I'm Rich CELENZA. Thanks for tuning into the Rich CELENZA Show. WTF are you talking about? So what I want to touch on today is actually a segment I'm called Most Gyms Are Interested, or are more actually interested in their numbers than your health, and that's a good thing. Now you may be thinking, what the hell are you talking about? Gyms open so we can all live healthier lifestyles. But I got a news flash for you. Gyms open, especially gyms that are franchised or fitness centers, so they can make money. And if you don't know that, get your head out of your ass for starters. So I'm going to get into this. I'm going to tell you why. So first of all, I've been doing a lot of, if you follow me on YouTube, I've been doing a lot of videos inside gyms all over North America. I've mainly been doing LA Fitness because I'm a member there, and there's so many of them in the USA and Canada. I've done Lifetime Fitness. Have I done 24-Hour Fitness? Well, I've done a lot of Good Life Fitness, which is an affiliate of 24-Hour Fitness, but those are mainly in Canada. I've also done Gold's and World's Gym. I also shoot videos inside there just to be talking about fitness and different things regarding different exercises, different workouts, and things in that nature. Let me get some water here. So, I also love helping independent gym owners, more actually than anything. But a lot of times, it's a more time type thing. So, and when I go to LA Fitness, sometimes they let me shoot a video, and then if someone bitches, then I got to stop shooting a video. But basically, they don't bust my balls one way or another. I always give them really good videos, and I talk about the gyms, how much I like them, the layout and everything. So I actually just got thrown out of two. One was in Jacksonville, and one was Cape Coral yesterday. Yeah, these guys complain they don't want to be seen on video. I get it. I don't want to make a big deal about it. But I do think LA Fitness actually likes me shooting these videos because I hashtag them on everything. So they see them, and actually I'm not there to hurt their brand. I'm there to actually help it. I get a lot of views. So one thing I did recently, as far as independent gyms, I called a gym. I was in Texas. What part of Texas was I in? Actually, let me look here. I actually got the video here because I want to make sure I don't blow this with this. So I was in a place that didn't have LA Fitness. And here's the thing. I also go to YMCAs. I mean, YMCAs aren't bad. People try to rip on them. In a lot of areas, I actually like them. So where the hell was I at? Yeah, Midland. One of the homes of high school football, huge in Texas. So I was in Midland, couldn't find a gym. And a lot of times if I can't find LA Fitness or whatever, I will call up a gym and say, hey, what type of equipment do you have? Because I don't trust online. I want to sometimes talk to the manager or owner. And he said, yeah, we got free weights. That's really all we have. And I said, all right, cool. He sounded like a great guy. So I went, it's called Iron Will Strength Gym. And the reason I'm giving a shout out to this guy, especially on my podcast, is because the owner or manager, I think he was the owner, super cool dude. I walked in. Actually, I shot the video first outside. I said, I'm in Midland and blah, blah, blah. I'm at this gym. Looks like a hardcore gym, kind of like a gym I used to go to, an Orange Avenue gym in downtown Orlando, Florida, which is one of the oldest gyms in North America. We used to go to another place called Body Masters. When I first started working out, I would go to these hardcore gyms that were mainly for powerlifters and bodybuilders. And even back in the 80s, I was going to a lot of Gold's and World's gyms. So put that aside. I shot the video outside. I went inside. I said, hey, I was the one who called. He's like, cool. I said, do you mind me shooting a video? He's like, absolutely not. Please shoot a video if you'd like to. I said, wonderful. I shot it. He had it's called the Land of the Deadlift. And basically you go there. It looks like it's a hardcore gym for powerlifters. And I love that total like just hardcore, basically. Mainly it's geared around benching, deadlifting, and squatting. And you could do other things in there as well. If you get a chance, definitely check it out. I think I titled it, check out one of the coolest hardcore gyms in Texas, Iron Will Strength Gym. So what I loved about some people, actually independent gym owners, they can be really cool like that, or actually a lot could be assholes. Like, what do you think you're going to do? Post this and, make fun of my gym? And it's actually quite the opposite. I have a lot of respect for gym owners that are independent, that, especially now more than ever, that are going against major brands like, obviously 24-Hour Fitness, LA Fitness, Lifetime, Crunch. Gold's kind of, they're kind of, I'm not saying they're dissolving. They're not as popular as they once were. One of the reasons I think is because they kind of killed their membership where you could become a member at Gold's and use it, if I'm not mistaken, at every Gold's in at least the United States. I don't know about Canada. So they all kind of became separate. There's a couple World's gyms. I think the last one I went to was in Palm Desert or Palm Springs, but there's not a lot of them either. And what other gym franchises? You have Planet Fitness, obviously, as well. I don't go there too often. Nothing against them. I just don't go. I don't know why. But sometimes I do. I just don't do videos on them. But back to my premise of gyms. And let's get into this real quick. I think a lot of people think when they join a gym, it's the gym's responsibility to help them to get healthy. You have got to be out of your mind to believe that, all right? And I also see a lot of videos and a lot of talk regarding working for these gyms and how they're just about numbers. And all they're really supposed to do is get caught up with signing people up. And I know that becomes hard because I'll be honest, I don't like sales like that. And I'm sure a lot of the guys in these gyms, their managers, whatever, are telling them you have to sell so many memberships a day, or why didn't you sell this person? Why didn't you sell the family? Because a lot of times the families probably can't afford it. They don't want to commit. I get it. So those type of pressure sales, regardless if it's at a gym, cars, anywhere, that's hard to deal with working in that environment. Some people gravitate towards it. I despise it, but whatever. They also want you to sign up a lot of times when you go in these gyms for a trainer, which is where they make extra money, which is fine. If you need a trainer and you can afford a trainer, more power to you. Get a trainer, right? But you got to realize too, a trainer's job is to weed them out of your life, okay? And I also don't think, unless you're training for something, if you're a professional or you want to go do something extreme, I don't care if it's a marathon or whatever, and you want a trainer, bodybuilding, you want somebody to help you, that's great, as long as you can afford it. That's a different situation. But a lot of times if you hire a trainer for a gym, I would say after 6 weeks, you should know what you're kind of doing throughout that gym, because he's only going to be able to teach you what's usually inside that gym, different types of workouts. Now more than ever, you could go to YouTube, Instagram, many other places to find information about how to work out and what to do and all different things. So to spend $65, $100, $125, depending on what session, I don't know. Each gym has different, obviously, different type of packages, but be very aware of that. But I don't think a lot of people actually need that, because I think what you need when you go inside a gym is just to observe. Now, I may start actually doing something with fitness where I may start helping people maybe over 50, but it's going to involve many different things. I have a Mastering Self-Confidence program. It's not just going to be fitness orientated. I would go through other things as well, but I definitely would like to help them in the gym. But I'm not going to, if I do that, it's going to cost a lot of money. I've been doing this my whole life. It ain't going to be like, you're going to pay me a certain amount. No, it's got to be worth it for both of us. Unless I know people that truly can't afford it, that need help, I will 100% help them pro bono all day over anybody else. So, if I have the time. So anyways, put that aside. Let me get some more water here. Now, when you go to sign up for a gym, I don't know, I've done another podcast on this. I've done videos on this. Do not get taken advantage of. The average gym out there, you shouldn't have to put down more than $100 to $200. And this, again, varies on the city and state and maybe even country you live in. But I'm just telling you on the average, shouldn't be more than $100 to $200 down, and no more on the average, probably more than $50 a month. A lot of gyms now offer all different deals, especially like around Labor Day, Memorial Day, right after Christmas, all these different holidays, I guess you could say, and different times. And if you're going to join a gym, a lot of people are joining in November and December because they're getting ready for those New Year's resolution people, so you may not catch a deal, but after say February, when all those deals or all those people already signed up, a lot are quitting, then they start making even more deals February, March gyms. So kind of figure out when to go. But do not be taken advantage of. A lot of times when you go in, they're throwing all these different things, especially if you have family members. You put this down, it's going to be this a month. If you put more down, if you want to pay for a year, 2 years, you can do whatever you want to do if you can afford it. But for the average person out there, I would look for a gym, especially if you're a beginner, no more than $100 down, no more than $30 to $40 a month. Now, again, if you're in Manhattan, New York, if you're in San Francisco, even LA, Chicago, that's going to vary. These are major cities. Toronto, Vancouver, you're not going to most likely always get a good gym for that price. So those are different areas. I'm talking for most of the United States. And as you know, you could probably go to Planet Fitness. I forgot how much it is there. I'm not a member, but they're not bad. It's only a certain amount of money down. I don't want to misquote that. And then it's really cheap to go there. So that may be an option for you. Most LA Fitnesses I know, again, between 100 and 150 down and between 30 and 50 a month. Now, that doesn't include signature gyms. That also doesn't include where sometimes you're going to only be able to work out at one LA Fitness if you want to work out at a bunch within your state, and then if you want to basically go global with them, which is basically North America. That's a little more differently priced. If you become a signature member, you get, if I'm not mistaken, like I am, because my gym is a signature, it's in Windermere, Florida, then you get all of them. So, and mine, I think was 180 down, and I think it's $42 a month is what I worked out. I used to be a member of Bally Health Club, and I think there's still a Bally left, but it's in Jacksonville, but I don't think it's the same franchise. But I think because I almost didn't want to go signature because I had a really good deal going because I was a member of Bally for so many years. I think I paid like $19 a month. Some people were even way less than that because I joined, I don't know how many years ago, it was like 50 down. So anyway, sometimes when you become a member of a gym, they change franchises, they change names, and I'm pretty sure LA Fitness brought out Bally. So let's get to the real core of this. I didn't mean to get long-winded on that. I just want to make sure sometimes people don't get taken advantage when joining a gym, especially when you, and do not be intimidated, okay? That's the one thing when you go in, a lot of times they walk you through it, you take a tour, they come back, they start throwing out all these numbers. It's almost like a car dealership type thing. Stick to your guns, do your research. Don't get taken advantage of. And if you don't like the gym, don't, you know what I mean? You may take a tour and say, I don't like the gym. And here's the thing I tell people all the time. First of all, you want to at least do a 3-day test. A lot of them, at least at LA Fitness, sorry about that. At least at LA Fitness, they have these things they hand out. They're little yellow stickers. And they give them to members to hand out to their friends and family. And it's like a complimentary 3-day pass, it's called. It'll be orange. It'll say 1-800-FITNESS. You can go in there with that. Also, if you know a LA Fitness member, they have an app. And if I'm not mistaken, you may have this or may not if you're a member, but a lot of times they'll still give it to people as an option. You can get someone in there for 2 weeks. I just did that for a friend of mine in Jacksonville. And I thought I had a 3-day pass, and they said, hey, the guy up front says, I'll give this guy 2 weeks because he knew he was a Planet Fitness member. I said, yeah, give it to him. Maybe he'll join. So you can get that. And a lot of times if you call a gym, you can call ahead of time and say, listen, I don't want to sign up today. I just want to take a tour and see if I can work out. A lot will warrant that. They're going to be a little pain in the ass, probably call you back, want you to sign up even, the whole thing. That's fine. Try that. Also, you can go on a lot of websites. Gold used to have this and get a 1-day free pass. A lot of gyms have that as well. That's what I just actually did. I went to go pay for that independent gym, the Iron Will Strength gym, and he said, the first one's on us. And that was kind of old school stuff. Independent gyms a lot of times will give you 1 day free, which is really cool. They can't necessarily give you 2 weeks because they can't afford it maybe. I don't know. But yeah, LA Fitness or World, some of them have you go online. You could get a 1-day pass, a 3-day pass. You might be able to do that at Lifetime Fitness. Don't quote me on that. But a lot of these gyms, if you just go in for the day, depending again where you're at, could be $12 all the way up to $25 to $30. Even Planet Fitness, if I'm not mistaken, is $20 because they want you to join just for the day visit, right? But just a heads up, Planet Fitness gives you 24 hours so you can work out at one time and then come in the next day earlier and get 2 workouts. And a lot of people, when you sign up or you pay for a gym pass, because I travel so much, I'm like, is this a 1-day visit just today or is it a 24-hour? Sometimes they'll be like, oh, you can use it in 24-hour increments, so I'll get 2 days out of that gym if I have to pay for it. A lot of people don't know that. But the gym, what amazes me now is people complaining about the cost of gyms. Gyms now, I believe, are so much cheaper than they've ever been. I'll even go back to the early 80s when I would join even independent gyms in Chicago, even YMCAs and everything. It used to be at least, what would I say? I think it was always 50 down that I remember. Always around that. It could be 40, 60, and it was always at least $25 a month. at least somewhere 30, 35. Even when I joined Golds and Worlds in the 80s, it was like $150 down or $200, and we would pay at least $30 to $40 to $50 a month. Right now, LA Fitness, not the Signature again, at least I know, because I just know that. I mean, even 24-Hour Fitness, because I was a member there for years. Both of them, I think you have to put down around $150. And I think Crunch may fall in this too, because I used to be a member. It wasn't a Crunch first. God, what was it in Carlsbad? I belonged to LA Fitness, 24-Hour Fitness, and it eventually became Crunch. But it was another gym when I was there in Carlsbad, because my cousin worked out there, so I was a member there as well. Obviously, I spend a lot of time in gyms, so I know them very well. And I think for the money, they're the most incredible thing. And that's what I'm getting to here is right now, take LA Fitness, you may have to put down $100 and $150. And especially, you may get a deal too if you go through a friend or a family member, you might consider that. It's usually even less money than if you go in independently. And again, if you have family members or friends, you can always work out different deals. But they're around $30 a month. A lot of people I know pay $30 a month for a gym, some even $20. If you break that down per day, $1 a day roughly, right? Now here's the thing. Like I was talking about earlier regarding LA Fitness or Lifetime Fitness or whatever it is. Lifetime's more. I think they're $100 and above per month. Again, don't quote me, but they're more money. They have a much higher end facility. The only thing I don't like about Lifetime Fitness personally is it's too family orientated for me. Nothing against family. It's just, it almost reminds me of a mall / workout. And the pool area, again, very nice, but it's still more family orientated. I kind of want to just get in the gym and kick it in the ass. And nothing against families, because I used to take my kids to a Lifetime Fitness sometimes. But you got to realize with gyms, it is your responsibility to go there, pay, and then you have, for the most part, an incredible facility for the money. Because the average person, I think, a lot of times out there, they spend a ton of money. It could be cigarettes, drinking. I don't care if it's Starbucks coffee. You could spend $4 or $5 a day there. All these different things we spend a lot of money on, and then we will either be too cheap to join a gym or we'll complain actually about the cost of a monthly membership to a gym. If you walk in even the average LA Fitness, it's got hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of incredible equipment in there. I mean, it's amazing what they have. And when I started going to a gym actually at 5 years old at my YMCA, then I started to go hardcore at about 12 years old. I have been to thousands of gyms. I'm not even saying hundreds. Hundreds would be a joke. I've been to hundreds of gyms in a year with the traveling I've done all over, even including Italy. So for someone to use an excuse, one is that gym membership or gyms are ripoffs. All they care about is making money. All these different negative things towards gyms. You're out of your fucking mind. Gyms now more than ever are incredible. A lot have a pool. A lot have a sauna. Some even have a steam. They have tons of equipment, like I said. A lot, like even my LA Fitness, they offer tons of different classes. Some even have kickboxing, cycling, yoga, all these different types of things. If you go to just an independent yoga shop, I haven't done one in a while, it's not cheap, monthly memberships there. They have dancing, they samba, or is that what it's called? Samba? I think it is. All these different things these gyms offer for between $30 and $50. You go to one bar and have a couple drinks and some appetizers, you're at $30, $40. And that's just in an hour. Now, you know, you really got to figure out, and I get into this with my program, Mastering Self-Confidence, is if you got to shit or get off the pot regarding wanting to get in shape. A lot of people also think they're going to go join a gym, right? They're going to, you know, the people sell them on what the gym offers, then they're going to go to the gym and they're going to be inspired, and all these people around the gym or these trainers or whatever, you're not going to join them, you're not going to hire them as a trainer, but you still want them to help you and do all these things. That's not what they're to do. If you want a trainer, you pay for it. If not, learn on your own. Take the time to do that, but don't expect anybody else to do your push-ups for you. You've got to kick it in the ass. I talk about this all the time. You have to figure out, first of all, what type of workouts you want to do. And that may not come immediate. You may go to one gym and be like, this sucks. I don't like this or the layout of it. I don't like the equipment. Go to another one. You may not even like gyms in general. You may be like, I just want to go hiking, or I just want to walk. I just want to surf. Whatever it is, God bless you. But What I'm talking about in this one is gyms, fitness centers, right? And also, and I talk about this in one of my videos, it's about safety. Back to you testing a gym out, I want you to go at night as well. Check out the area. A lot of gyms during the day, and I could say this about a lot of areas, especially California, Florida, major cities, New York, Chicago, sometimes they look great during the day. And at night, whole different thing. I've had my car broken into. You don't know sometimes, and you really got to research at night who's coming to that gym. Now, if you're only going to work out during the day, that's one thing. But if you're going to work out at all different times, make sure that is a safe area. Now, I'm not saying safe going to your car back and forth. What I'm talking about again is your lockers being broken into. Like, what type of clientele really is there? Do you feel safe? Do you feel like if I leave my car there, it may get broken into no matter where you go? But what's going to happen outside? Is it look like it's an environment that is safe? Basically, is what I'm saying. Because if you don't have the mindset when you're going into a gym and having the confidence to say, hey, I got to put everything behind me, I'm here to work out, then that may not be the place for you. Also, if you're intimidated, whatever the case may be, you want to make sure the facility you're at fits your needs and you feel comfortable there. One other thing I'm sick of is people saying it's a place to, it's a meat market, all they care, women are this way or guys are all bodybuilder and it's all this way or that way. Yeah, sure, some gyms are like that, right? Some are like I was just talking to you. If you're just looking to get on a treadmill, run, do some swimming, maybe jump into a yoga, that Iron Will Strength gym is probably not for you, right? But if you are a hardcore somebody who wants to start lifting some heavy weights, obviously that gym is going to be for you. So you have to figure out really what you want to do, is basically what I'm saying. But don't expect a gym or anybody in a gym to inspire you to a certain degree. You got to inspire yourself. You can watch them and observe from them, which is wonderful. Hopefully that will inspire you. But I think a lot of people think they're going to go to a gym, sign up for a gym, and then all of a sudden all these things are going to start happening, or all these people in the gym. And a lot of times I think trainers, if they have time, will sit or help you, and even people within the gym. But you've got to do your own studying. And like I said before, it is cheaper now than ever to join a gym. I mean, it's unbelievable, and especially like I said, what they give you. I can't say enough, because gyms have come so far. Even racquetball, handball, they're cleaner than they've ever been. A lot even have better shower facilities. I don't know what people want out of a gym anymore, because I hear people always complaining about gyms. I'm like, well, not every gym's the same. Not every franchise is the same. The bottom line is you're just lazy. You don't want to go to a gym, which is fine. Then don't. Some, like even a lot have basketball. You can do volleyball. I don't know what else they can offer you for that, for that amount of money. If you have any children, like even my kids joining sports when they were flag football, soccer, lacrosse, basketball. I mean, it cost hundreds, if not thousands of dollars by the time I paid for their sports, got their equipment. You know what I'm talking about. All these different types of things. You can actually go join a gym, pay $30 a month, and have all this, you know what I mean? And your kids, if you want to get your kids in shape, a lot of times, again, if it's $30 for you and it's $20 for your kid or $30, look at all the things they have. I get shocked all the time because I wish I had the facilities that they have now. If you go back to the 70s and 80s, the way our gyms used to look like, oh my God, it was a joke. And the only place you're going to find a pool was really like a YMCA, and a lot of them were really old and beat up. And no disrespect, that was before. I think they've revamped a lot of YMCAs, but even finding a really good gym, the equipment was on chains and it was rusted. And even the bench, a lot of them was tore up. They were like wobbly, and there was no Smith machines. There was really, everything is kind of really, they had dumbbells, but they weren't you had to put your own like 5s or 10s. It was shaky. It was almost also, years ago working out was really not that safe, because a lot of the equipment inside these gyms was shaky. Even the bench was wobbly sometimes. Like your squat racks, they were mainly in a cage, and those were even loose. Like you could almost tilt the whole thing over, where if you go in gyms now, the stability of the equipment is amazing. The floor, you got good grips. A lot of times I'd go in gyms, I'm slipping all over the place. Some were weird. It was like tile or the carpet was so worn out, you could almost like just slip on it. including the shower rooms. Like if you look at the locker rooms were just a mess in the old days. Now some offer, obviously soap, shampoo, conditioner, cream, all these different shaving creams, just depending on what gym you're at. So anyways, I just really wanted to do a video on this because I see a lot of YouTube videos too bum rapping all these different type of gyms and talking about what sucks about them, which I get a lot of gyms aren't perfect. But there's a lot of good to a lot of gyms as well. We can complain about everything. And that was the one thing too is, like, it's hard for me to compare an LA Fitness to Iron Will Strength Gym in Texas because they're two totally different, identities. And you may be paying the same money, but it's not what the gym is going to give you a lot of times. It's what you put into that gym, right? If you go back, one of my favorite bodybuilders is Dorian Yates. He used to work out in a place called, if I'm not mistaken, in London or somewhere in that area, in a basement. And it was just a hardcore gym. And then he was winning Mr. Olympia. He was massive. And then he was competing against a lot of guys in California, obviously, or from all over the world that had much more advanced equipment and all these different types of things. But it wasn't, he talks about that all the time. It's not, it's not always about the workout. And I talk about it's what you put into that workout. It's the intensity you bring. It's not always either about all the different type of equipment or that you know how to use all this equipment. You just get to the basics. You can even just do work out with dumbbells, for instance, and get in incredible shape just with dumbbells. You'll get great balance. So the equipment, in my opinion, a lot of times are just kind of a lot of them are fillers. Yeah, they work out and they're kind of interesting to do. And I like doing them because I've been working out so long. It's something new to do. I never do the same workout and I never use the same type of equipment. Reason being is I want to shock my body all the time, but I also get bored. So that's something to remember too, is when you go to a gym, try to mix things up. I talk about that all the time. Try different workouts, different equipment, and try different gyms, man. That's the one thing I will say about joining a franchise gym like LA Fitness or 24 Hour Fitness, Good Life Fitness, is they have so many of them. And you get to go to different ones, and it's almost like a new experience. It's almost like if you went and experienced a new restaurant or went to a new mall or went to do anything new. It's different, right? And a lot of times the equipment is the same, but a lot of times it isn't. And I just went through that with my girlfriend. Like some LA Fitnesses have hoist and some don't. Some don't. And I love hoist. So after working out with her for 5 years, she never knew about hoist. I'm like, we're in how many LA Fitnesses together all over North America, and I jumped off in on hoist, and she never did. And she fell in love with that. And it's kind of right underneath her nose. She's walking past it constantly. But there's a lot of things in a gym you'd be shocked that you don't know about, even if you've been working out for years. There's so many different types of workouts. I used to think I mastered working out. I used to be like, if I was in martial arts, I'd be a master. I've been doing this for 35 years. I go in the gym now, I'm looking at people, I'm like, oh my God, I never even thought about doing it this way or that way. Or look at the way they're doing this now. Or look at the way they're doing that. Or look at this type of equipment. So just it's going to a gym too, look at it as an experience, a healthy experience. And again, you don't have to do it 5-7 days a week. If you can only get in there 2 days, fine. 3 days, wonderful. 4 days, God bless you. Don't get caught up when you can't make it, right? And it's just something to go enjoy. And the hardest part I'm going to do a podcast on this actually. The hardest part a lot of times about working out is just going. I know that sounds crazy, but I go through that again with my girlfriend. Like, I tell her, just get there. And when she gets there, she kicks it in the ass. But getting her there sometimes is hard. And I used to be that guy too. My close buddy who I worked out with for many, many years, I was a slow starter. I liked to eat, hang out. We were always kind of partying in and out of bars, nightclubs. He'd always get us to the gym, no matter what, after work. 5 days a week, 6 days a week. He'd be like, working out. That was his whole thing, getting us there. I would be slow, but then I never want to leave a gym. It's very similar to that now, but I have no problem going to a gym. But he would get there and have a really good half an hour and then want to get the hell out when I just started to get in the groove. So I pushed him to stay longer and do more, and he pushed me to get there. And sometimes you may need a workout partner. So that may be something, if you're going to join a gym too, make sure you You may want to find somebody. It could be a family member, friend, colleague, whatever. Like when I first started dating who I'm dating now, she hated the gym. And she'd come to San Diego, and I'm like, listen, if you plan on traveling to see me, or if you ever end up with me or living with me, I'm going to be at the gym, probably between driving, doing the gym, the workouts, probably a 2.5, 3 hour gig. So you're probably not going to see me that often as you think you are, unless you work out with me. She started to go to the gym with me. At first she despised it, and then she ended up loving it. But she really thought, I think, at the beginning it was a waste of money and time, because she wanted that other time. And I was like, what are you doing with your other time, your free time, if you're not working out a lot of times? And I don't think people read as much as they say they read. I think they're on social media, or they're sitting having wine or drinking. Nothing against that, but they're really, what are they doing with those extra, all that extra time? I go through that with my friends all the time. They're heavy or overweight or out of shape. I'm like, I have time to do this. How come you don't? They do. Before they would use their excuse, oh, my kids are in baseball. My kids got this. Now all their kids are older. Now they just want to go home and sit on a couch and watch Netflix. So get your ass to a gym. All right, and don't expect the gym to take care of you. Take care of yourself. All right. And again, if you want, check out my YouTube. It's just my name, Rich CELENZA. I'm always putting things regarding fitness on there. If you like anything I'm talking about, you can also find me on LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. I have that Mastering Self-Confidence program. All you got to do is go to masteringselfconfidence.com or go to my name, richcelenza.com. So yeah, kick it in the ass. And listen, if you're around a local gym owner, the only thing I'm going to tell you just real quick, I'm going to end this with this. I know a lot of times when you go to independent gyms, they're much smaller, and it's very hard for them to compete against major franchise gyms now. And I get it. And a lot of times you go in these smaller gyms inside these strip centers or just independent buildings, and they're just small, right? And they're not, actually a lot of them are the same money as the other ones. So it's a hard choice. But if you, how would I say this? It sometimes just become maybe, I'm not going to say become a member of that gym if you can afford it, but sometimes just help your local gym owner, because sometimes they really, I think, sometimes do care a lot about the people that come in there. You do have a different relationship sometimes with that type of gym if you're looking for that one-on-one compared to something like a Planet Fitness, LA Fitness, or Lifetime. And I'm not dismissing them. They have wonderful people that work there as well. But sometimes if you're looking for that relationship or friendship where you know the owner, you know all the managers, and it's just more of a personal thing, you may want to first start off in a personal, smaller, local gym is what I should be saying. All right, that's all I got for you. Take care, and if you're traveling, safe travels.